Good morning.
Good morning.
And welcome to the 4th Annual Children and Families in Crisis Conference here at beautiful Cal State University Desert Campus, the Palm Desert Campus. And we want to welcome all of you and thank you for taking the time to understand that we need to prevent the death of children. My name is Tim Evans, and I'm honored to be the founder of the Unforgettables Foundation, which for 17 years in inland California, Orange, Riverside, and San Bernardino counties, including the Coachella Valley, we have been able to assist over 5,000 families with a timely, dignified, simple burial for a child, 18 years all the way down to 32 weeks of pregnancy, that has died from some cause. Every single cause of childhood death we have assisted during that time, over 5,000 times.
That my mother had come home from a meeting and my father was dead on the kitchen floor at age 46 of a massive heart attack. And that made things, as you can well imagine, worse for my mother. Bless her heart, she had the strength to institutionalize herself, to start the process of overcoming her addiction to alcohol. And she did. And the last 49 years of her life, she was sober.
Here, I wanted to start out by saying we've started the local Unforgettables chapter here in the desert, and I have to say this is one of the most fun groups of people that I've ever worked with.
We want to also be proactive. We want to make sure that we keep kids alive. And so for the last 4 years, through the generosity of our partners, Cal State, we have had this room once a year to put on a symposium, a conference that addresses challenges that can lead to the death of children. First year, we dealt with trauma. The second year, our keynote speaker is actually here. Dr. Claire Sheridan talked about child abuse. Then, last year, we dealt with bullying and how it sometimes can lead to suicide. And now this year, addiction. And so we are very proud to address vital issues that sometimes cause the death of our children.
Good morning. Great. It's really so nice to be here this morning. And I'd like to thank Tim and the Unforgettables Foundation, as well as all of the volunteers for putting together this great conference. And I know already it's going to be a great conference.
I would like to say that what I'm going to tell you about the children and abuse and addiction, that they're, for the most part, a lot of times my observations, and they're in no ways meant to reflect that what happened to A because there was this means it has to happen in your family because there's something similar going on.
So we've kind of segued now into addiction, and this is not a forum for a super heavy scientific lecture. If it was, we should ask Dr. Dace to come back up and give it, but not myself. But we're going to just go over a few points of the neurophysiology of addiction and some things that relate to early trauma.
There is hope. You know, we're learning a lot today about why this is happening. But what can we do about it? And that's what I want to spend the rest of my time talking about, is the resiliency that children have is so amazing, right? Everyone has that, this instinctive need to thrive and survive, right? So resiliency is that ability to bounce back from something that was so adverse, yet I have the tools, I have the support, and I have the training, really, doing it over and over to help me.
What do you do? Something to keep in mind is that addiction treatment has to be delivered on a continuum. So addiction is a chronic disease, which implies that it's a lifetime commitment for recovery.
First of all, this war on drugs connotation, the legalization, whether it's the legalization of marijuana or other drugs, and people saying, well, look, it's working over in Europe and certain places. I don't buy that. I just don't. What I believe is that if we totally let down our guard, the rush to fill the void is going to be a bunch of really bad people, really bad actors who quickly want to make sure people get hooked on the most dangerous drugs, again, that the mind wants so badly. And people are going to rush in to fill that void. Just look at what has happened in America with this opioid epidemic now. Those were legal drugs, and now it's heroin, fentanyl. So to me, I am not ready to give up on war on drugs. I think it's a pro-legalization argument that they're using against
We've
the
seen
war on
people
drugs.
come into our children's program because maybe their parent is in treatment. And then later down the road, we see that same young person come into treatment for their own addiction.
Never want their child forgotten, especially moms. That's why I call it the Unforgettables. They don't want the memory of that little life, whether it lived 1 hour, 1 day, 1 week, 1 year, or 18 years. They don't want it forgotten. And so what we allow every year in Loma Linda as an annual event on New Year's Eve, we do a miniature here where I think there are 7 families today from the Coachella Valley who we have helped in the past who've lost children. One as close as back in March. They come here today and they release doves and they say the name of their child out loud while we all stand around to close the event outside on the patio. But before we do that, we have 5 individuals who are going to share the 85 names from this part of Riverside County that we've helped in the last year and a half.
Maya, David, Anthony, Isaac, Santos, Michael, Joanna, Valeria, Nathaniel, Tierra, Isaiah, Abriel, Alina, Jaylee, Ariana, Allison, Roberto, Aaron, Scott, Kane, and Jace.
Salvador, Penelope, Desiree, Isabella, Patricia, Xavier, Sophia, Caleb, Brandon, Aurora, Ulysses, Brian, Geraldo, Sheila, Christian, Romero, Ethan, Joshua, Luis, Alexander, Dolores.
Michael, Essence, Blake, Aria, Remy, Dana, Avery, Jessica, Valerie, Olivia, Nicole, Tazaya, Chase, Conception, Cassius, Dara, Giovanni, Damien, Quincy, Noah,